students, sorry I'm not with you this week, but I'm just doing this recording for you so that you can better understand residuals rather than just giving you a textbook to read from. So I'll just quickly do this YouTube video, probably go for about 10 minutes. You can pause and stop if you get bored of me. But I will start with a bit of a joke because I know you're missing my jokes, and just got a little quiz for you. And I'm wondering if you know why bees always have sticky hair. Well, believe it or not, it's because they always use a honeycomb. All right, so let's look at residuals. So residuals are the concept really that we want to be looking at today, and it's just an additional tool in your toolbox for determining essentially the suitability and strength of a linear model for analysing bivariate data when we do our regression analysis. Now, the idea of a residual is pretty straightforward. It's just the difference between the actual y variable data from the data set, so the known data from the recorded data, and the predicted value of y that you determine from the regression equation that you determine. Okay, so that's what the residual is, and we call it y minus y hat. Y hat being the predicted data and y being the actual data. So we'll look at this in a bit more detail. We'll start with just firstly looking at how we actually calculate a residual. So if we take this data set here, I think there's 12 bits of data, okay, or 12 data sets of x and y values. I'm already giving you what the regression line equation is. If you were to enter that data into your ClassPad, you'd get this equation here. So if we take the first data set, that is when x equals 9 and y equals 49, the predicted value for y at that point would be when we substitute in obviously the value of 9 for x, which we've done in here. So the predicted value y hat would be 76.47 to 2 decimal places. Now, of course, we know the actual data value for y is 49. That was the data actually recorded. So the residual is essentially the difference between the known actual data of 49 and the predicted data from the regression line equation of 76.47. So y minus y hat is 49 minus 76.47, and so we have what we call a residual of negative 27.47. Essentially just the difference between the two values, the actual value of y and what the predicted value of y is from the line of best fit. What I'd like you to do is just take a minute or so, or a minute or two, to determine, just using substitution, what the residual would be at the point x equals 45. So at this point here. So you know that when x equals 45, the actual recorded value for y was 18. What I want you to do is determine what the residual is. And you do that firstly by using the equation here to determine what the predicted value is. So pause this video and just figure that out and then come back. So once you've done that, you would have seen that the predicted value, y hat, is 13.68 by substituting in 45 here. And so the residual value is just the difference between the actual value of 18 for y and the predicted value, and that's 4.32. So you can kind of see here what would be happening is that if we had a line of best fit, the actual data at this point here would lie closer to the line of best fit, all right, a little bit above it actually, because it's positive 4.32, than here. So that's what the residual is telling us. Essentially the residual, or the basic idea of what a residual is the difference at any given point between the actual value of the data, or the actual value of the y variable, and its predicted value. Okay. What we're going to do now in the next slide is quickly look at how you can use your ClassPad to figure out lots of residuals. So I've asked you we just looked at 2 data sets, so it's probably easy enough to just manually substitute in the values of x like we did. and then calculate the difference for the residual. But if I was to ask you to do all that data there, so I think there's 12 data points, then that becomes a bit of a trek. But your ClassPad can do it for you pretty quickly and easily. So we're going to look at how we do that. So if we take the same data on the next slide and we want to calculate the residuals for all the data, here's what you do. You take your ClassPad, you enter all the data into your ClassPad, and here I'm presuming I've entered my data, the X values here, this top row here, I've entered in list 1 or the first column in my statistics mode, and then the Y values here I've put in list 2. So here, this bit here, copy residual that you've seen, we haven't looked at that yet, but now this comes into play. If you go into the drop down menu and say choose list 3, in this example that's what I'm choosing, for copy residual, what it does is it actually calculates all the residual values for all the different data points here automatically for you to then determine your residuals, but it does all 12 of them. So if you do that, you end up with your list here, okay? And then list 3 here gives you all the residuals, bang, straight away, without you having to substitute it 12 times. So then if you want, you can copy those then as a third row into your table there and list all your residuals if you needed to. So it saves a lot of time. Now to graphically see what the residual values are actually giving you, you can run your scatter plot and analyze your line of best fit. So the blue dots are the scatter plot of the actual data, the blue line's your line of best fit as per usual. I've inserted in here these red arrows just to visually show you that what the residuals are actually determining. So the residuals are, at each of these points here, the difference between the data point and the line of best fit. So you can see here, we're looking at previously, I think it was at this point here, 4.3. At 4.3, the line's very close, I think it's at this point here. The point is very close to the actual line, okay? But the initial one that we analysed here, 27, negative 27, that was a lot further away, okay? So it was here, okay? So the data was below it. So that's sort of visually showing you what the residuals are. So you can kind of see that what it's doing is giving you just a third way of looking at or describing or analysing the strength and the appropriateness of the correlation, okay, between all your data, okay. So we've now got your R factor or your correlation coefficient, R squared, which was your coefficient of determination, and now residuals help you also analyse correlation strength and suitability of a linear line.